can't have a look and see what's going on. Here it does say it's live. It just hasn't gone live. It is going live now. So anyone watching on YouTube, there was a slight delay, but it does look like it's up and running now, and there we are. It's all good to go. So yep, please, if you're watching on Facebook, fire the questions in. Watch it on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit like, and follow my page. Nearly at 500 people. Very, very slow, hard burn to grow. It's been a big week in harness racing. It always is. There's plenty of topics to discuss. I won't be going through as many as what I normally do, simply because I don't have the time to get out there. I want to get some of the more important ones. I did catch up with Darren Ray on the way through Madawi Lodge, and I've got an interview with Darren that'll go up shortly into the show. I must say a big thank you to Sharon Murphy from Maitland Harness Racing Club. She put a post up the other day about people to get involved in this show and get in and watch it. It's just a show that I do. There's no right and wrong way about doing it. It's a show that I do just for a little bit of fun and get the messaging out there and get people involved in it, and that's what I want to be able to do. So I'd sort of encourage people to do that. You always got to turn off everything, so I can actually now see if there is any chats on my YouTube account as well going through. But please fire your questions through to the Facebook page and get involved. Sorry, I got off the main one there. As it was, Timmy White just there, as you can see, says a good evening. How good is Mac Cheddar? Thank you very much, Timmy. I try not to make this show about too much about us, if I can help it, my wife and that. But yeah, no, he's a little ripper. We're very, very rapt to have him, mate. He's an absolute little trooper, and yeah, we've got a lot of time for him, I must say. So we've got quite a few people coming through. Jeffrey Dixon, good evening to you, Dot. Hopefully you're dry and safe. And I think Victoria at the minute, it is very comfortable there in Victoria, but the weather is still coming. So our New Zealand friends over there, all the pictures I've seen of Mick Stanley and that over there, it looks like the weather is terrific. So good luck to those guys. Cambrai just tuned in as well. We'll say the New Zealand show hasn't gone out this week. Harness Racing New Zealand sponsor me and providing a show with a heap of content. Cambrai, Cam Kirkwood will be joining me tomorrow for a huge meeting from anyway, New Zealand on Monday. Cambrai, please help me out. On Monday, we're going to do a full preview on this show there tomorrow, plus a recap of what was a terrific weekend of racing just gone. Things are really starting to hot up on both sides of the ditch and going from there. The Thriller from Chinchilla. Cambrai, I don't know if I told you, but I actually ran into the Thriller from Chinchilla while I was up here. Anyone that wears watches Nutrient and gets involved with Nutrient will know the Thriller from Chinchilla. Ashburton, thank you very much, Barry Phillips. And great character from Nutrient. And yeah, he is here. He was one of the first people I ran into yesterday just to have a little bit of a chat. Terry Ryan, of course, for the people who aren't aware. Dot, I don't think I needed sunscreen. I think you'll find it's a reflection off that light. It's a little bit bright and a bit low. Maybe I did, not sure. But yeah, it's not actually overly hot here. Timmy White, he sent me a picture of Cambrai actually mowing the lawns today. Yeah, it was pretty impressive to see. No one in Victoria or New South Wales can mow lawns, but Cam can do it, and he can do it in a very, very unique way, actually. He's doing a pretty good job, Cambrai, so very jealous of him and getting that out there. Barry Phillips, well done to you. A couple of happy birthdays. Anne Quigley, happy birthday to you, and Michelle Phillips, actually. Barry Phillips reminded me of that, so both celebrating a birthday today and going there. The weather... yeah, that's right. So I've got to keep remembering. I've turned some of these off because I know some people get the sheep to mow the lawns. Yeah, well, Dot, that would have been probably one of those more interesting ones, I suppose, too, Timmy. If the sheep were helping Cam mow the lawns, it would have been very interesting, actually. So, but yeah, anyway, good to see. Corey O'Donoghue's watching. Corey, I'm not sure how your family and that are going there. Of course, we saw some shocking pictures earlier in the week with Duncan McPherson and everyone involved there. With that, Duncan's not on a river. Duncan's just off the river, so mainly a channel. So different sorts of flood waters to what Corey and them will have. They're banked up to the Golden River, so it would have been shocking there for those. Jeff Dixon in Queensland, my place in Seymour, copped it. I lost a bit of memorabilia from my racing and harness past. That's Jeff Dixon. So that's going to be one of the things. A lot of people would have lost stuff that they wouldn't have wanted to have lost. So yeah, so I feel for you there, Jeff. It is pouring rain here. There's a couple of big wets here in Chinchilla. It's just been bucketing down for the last hour. I do believe it might have stopped just now, but it was too dicey to be trying to do the show out in the weather. and there's limited shelter, so most of the people were actually hovering to the shelter as well. So, yeah, but it's an amazingly run thing. I've got to try and get my head the right way. I haven't got a TV to see how I'm going, but yeah, this is of course the Chinchilla Campdraft. It's actually the grandfather clock, and it's just a brilliant trophy. It's a massive grandfather clock, his first prize. So, if you're confident, you come here confident. You've got to leave a little bit of space in your truck to get home because it's a big clock, needs to be packed the right way, and get it out there. They've got a grandmother clock. I don't think a lot of people would have known that it was a grandmother clock, plus a few other things going along the way. Alex Ashwood has tuned in. Hopefully Alex arrived at Swan Hill okay. I saw some pictures from Alan McDonough driving home last night, a little bit scary, so hopefully everyone got home safely from Swan Hill as well. And they've got their cup meeting next Friday week. Their cup meeting, I'm actually emceeing that, and hopefully by then the flood waters have subsided. Hopefully they get it wrong with the weather forecast in the next couple of days going forward. So yeah, I will say a big thank you to everyone that gave congratulations to a lot of people that I only know through this show for the win of McCheddar. It was more about promoting my wife. I think my wife does an awesome job in what she's able to do with our horses, and helping me run this business and keep growing it. So yeah, it's it's very exciting actually to get a winner. And when I was a little bit confident, I was a little bit upset I beat Juanita Breen because Anita's is a friend, but yeah, she was happy to be beaten by me, but no one else in the field. So yeah, so a little bit of fun for the week. Of course, Alex Ashwood and Taylor French, they took out the big one, the Maryborough Trotters Cup the other day with Prisian Artiste, but there was some lovely runs in it. 1 over all for Greg Sugars, and Don't Care, of course, for Kate Hargraves. For terrific runs. The Trotters are in some good spots. And while we're on that, I do have my hats, so don't worry anyone. I just can't put them on because of the headphones. But Harasta Trotters, great sponsors of Campbell's Comments, and they sponsor me trotting show. I had to apologise the other day with a trotting show with Chantel Turpin. Great to catch up with her, but unfortunately the audio mucked up on me halfway through the feed, so I do apologise for that, but I definitely have all my hats. Timmy White, don't have your hat, unfortunately, my friend. But Harasta Trotters, of course, with the All Trotters Day again this Sunday. They've got 3 All Trotters Days coming up at Maryborough. 3 of those, of course, are the Harasta Trotters All Trotters Day. So I can very quickly get those up, I reckon, and we can bring them up. It's a big day of All Trotters at it's not wanting to work. Why is that not wanting to work? It should work. And now it might work. It just refreshed. So there we are. Of course, a big card of trotting. It's the start of it. 3 weeks in a row. The week after, of course, is the Redwood Carnival. And then they have also the Breeders' Crown starts up. But the first of those is the Honor Streak, Harasta Trotters, Vic Trotters Derby. There's 9 runners going around. In that, Harry Stamper drawing the pole for Joe Pace. Good to see you, Joe. Anthony Butt gets a drive there. More wanted. Daniel Hibbard, my friend, who got flooded out in... he didn't get flooded out, actually. Sorry, at Marupna this time, anyway. This Phoenix, a bad name there in that as well. Iron Love, a lovely horse that's just got to learn to do it all right for Anton Golino. In there, our Trickster for Peter Manning. The second of those heats has got You Know I'll Be Late. Emma Stewart, that's a horse that was trained by Chantel Turpin up here, and Peter McMullen, Chantel McMullen. They take on Plymouth Chubb, plus quite a few of the others. Actually, Jungle Eyes is a horse from New South Wales, making the trip down here as well. Kai Valley Picasso, beautifully bred horse there as well. Ebony's Avenger. So a good little race, that one. And then race number 7, the Used to Me, Harasta Trotters, Victorian Trotters Derby. And I'm just going to try and find Toro Stride will be the top pick. Of course, he is a graduate from the NZB sales. So $220,000 purchase, I think, 2 years ago at the Harasta Trotters. The NZB standardbred sales. And I've got the guys from NZB here as well. So... I've got most of my hats and my sponsors. I try to look after everyone, as everyone will know. Not a lot happening from the guys with NZB as far as content given to me. If you follow those guys on their social media, though, you will get plenty happening there. Of course, Michael House joins me from New Zealand. So, Michael, of course, I'll be in New Zealand, Monday week. I'll be in there getting out to Kaikoura. I'm going to do that all the time, getting out to Kaikoura, and then, of course, there for the whole week for New Zealand Cup Day, the second Tuesday in November, and then also Show Day on the Friday. So going to have a lot of fun. Going to be catching up with quite a few other people. I think they've got me going to a few other people as well going along there. MYO is on. We'll go from one auction to the company to the next one. I'm not sure, if the catalogue is upline and on live yet. I was meant to reach out to Emmy this week and get involved with it, but if not, it will be up very, very shortly. But go to nutrienequine.com.au by the end of the week. The catalogue numbers will be up there and ready to go. So make sure you go to nutrienequine.com.au. Should have the banners up there, but I do not have it. It goes up tomorrow, so might reach out to M sometime tomorrow, and we might do a little bit of an interview promoting that. Hopefully you're dry, M. As I said, that's not the one I wanted. I wasn't sure if it was there or not. Hopefully you're nice and dry, M. I did say there before that the weather is very, very wet and very trying for everyone involved. And especially in parts of New South Wales and the likes. What I am going to do very, very quickly, I'm going to throw over to an interview that I did earlier in the week, actually, with Darren Ray. Of course, Medowie Lodge, and Darren does a great job. I was fortunate enough to be able to do their yearlings for the nutrient sale last year, so we will get involved in that. And go from there. Michael House, I'll get back to yours in a sec. We'll go to this interview with Darren Ray, and I'll be back to answer some of those questions. Right, we're at Medowie Lodge catching up with Darren Ray and Tiger Tara. Firstly, hello Darren.
Hey mate, how are you?
Very well. It's a Sunday night, it's a late night, and I appreciate you giving me 5 minutes. Just done an interview with Em, which would have aired about 4 days earlier, so don't worry about that. About your yearling sales and that. I mean, that's how we come to meet, basically through Nutrien. Your take very quickly on the yearling sales and how you enjoyed the whole Sydney experience?
Yeah, Nutrients do a great job. They're very professional. They're great people to deal with. Nothing's a problem. Yeah, it's great in Sydney, and yeah, it's really good.
Really good. Tiger's gonna make this hard. We're all right. We're still in the middle of it. Medowie Lodge, you do a lot of things. Collect semen for a lot of people. Scan a lot of mares. You also stand stallions. One of which is Tiger Tara. You must be stoked to have been able to secure him for this season.
Oh, absolutely. I love Tiger. He's a great horse to deal with. Just an absolute pleasure. He knows his job. It's only 2 minutes to collect him. He's just a super horse to work with.
And this is not his paddock. Like, he came in here just, you were going to let him go, but I was thinking he's better off being holding. He's actually been a pretty good boy though.
Yeah, no, he's very good. Like, he just stands around. He knows his job.
He's doing a job on the racetrack as well. He's leaving a few. He's actually left a trotting winner too, which I saw the other day. I think Kevin actually races that one, doesn't he?
Yeah, Kevin's got the three of them. The first one's King Tiger. He's gone 51. Just got beat the other day by Ultimate Byron. Went super. And then he's got Tiger T. She's just an impressive little girl. She's doing it hard in Sydney, just racing the older horses. Like, she's only a 3-year-old filly racing older horses, so she's doing a sensational job. Yep.
And then the 2-year-olds, this is the first season for you. He previously stood at Yerriby, and because that's changed hands, but he offer a fair bit for people up and around this area too, that they can come and actually see him and then potentially send their mares to him for you.
Yeah, he's doing a great job and everything else, and a lot of people breeding around here locally, but for New South Wales breeders too. Hey. And New South Wales giving a lot of incentives. With Tiger you can get $2,250 off when the foal's born. So it's great incentive. So it's a pretty cheap horse.
What's he stand for?
3.5. Yeah,
so it's cost you $1,000 once you get your foal. And he's the son of Bettor's Delight, but he was a terrific horse. New Zealand Cup's coming up end of the month. People forget, like, he went over there, contested. He was a super horse.
Yeah, no, he's a great horse. Then he won the Inodom, just absolutely blitzed him in the Inodom. Hunter Cup, Victorian Cup. He won a derby, won a New Zealand Great Northern Derby. So, he's been a good horse from 3-year-old right through.
Yeah, and he's got beautiful breeding, especially on his pedigree page on the other side of it. You're seeing 4 stallions you've got here outside of the Frozen Seaman. Follow the Stars, another horse that's doing a great job, done a huge job in Western Australia. And is this his first season over in Victoria? No, in New South Wales, sorry?
It's his second season in New South Wales. He still one season in Victoria 3 years ago. His oldest cop's a 4-year-old, I think they are. So, yeah, doing a great job. Already had a Group 1 winner already as a 3-year-old filly. Blackjack Baby. She does, she's a really nice mare. She's won over 200,000. So,
We talk about pedigree sides. He's just got a brilliant pedigree page. It's unbelievable. He's featured a couple of times on a couple of my shows simply because of the anomalies, but he can throw a trotter as well, and he's got a trotting sibling as well. That's I think she may have won a group race, not a Group 1, definitely won a Group 1, but yeah, so he can do quite a lot. And another super impressive horse from both sides of the ditch.
Oh, absolutely. Like he's fully American bred, type thing. So, people want to go to American horse. Well, he's the one, and he's an Australian, and so you get all the bonuses with Australia as well.
My cha-ching, don't know a lot about this horse.
Very well-bred horse. He's a super bred horse. He's a Mac 3 son. Went 51, out of a great family. He's out of Undercover Lover's daughter. So it's a very beautiful family. I liked him that much. I went and bought his sister Giddy Heights. So yeah, I think it's a super family. It's probably a family on the move again now.
Undercover Lover. So you got both sides of the ditch covered. Look at you go. You got Australia and New Zealand. I get a lot of Kiwis watch what I do. So is this his first season?
He did a couple last year for the trainers and the owners, but this is probably his first commercial season. Yes. And
he's getting some bookings.
Yeah, starting to get some good bookings. He's a really cheapie, so he'll do a good job for them for the lower grade. Well grade people.
And then the other one from my point of view is the trotters, but a horse that I actually was able, because of David Aiken, my high expectations, another cracker-looking horse, and a beautiful trotter, beautifully bred, American-bred horse. It just offered so much, and you must be wrapped. The trotters, the way they're going in New South Wales, makes him very, very appealing.
Oh, absolutely. We've bought more trotting mares now. He's done a great job, Exy. Like, they're all just perfect horses, and he's a perfect horse anyway. You're doing it with him. You go to the barn and we've clocked him and he's done 45 seconds and he's out the door. He's a sensational horse. Yeah, he's unreal.
I could say so many things though, but we won't learn too much at all. The breeding side of it, what got you and Em involved in the breeding side of it, mate?
It's probably my dad. He had stallions years ago. He had horses years ago and been breeding for 50 odd years. So it was probably in the blood. So yeah, that's what took it over.
And do you like the way New South Wales, the breeding is going in New South Wales?
Yeah, it's going good. Yeah, going really well. Just like to get the numbers up a little bit. That's what we need. But that's Australia too.
Absolutely. He doesn't want it. He thinks this interview should stop. And we do need to get him up and going. And like from my point of view, a lot of the time, especially in Victoria, Euroby was one of the only studs that people knew about in New South Wales. You now got Cobbity. You guys are doing it. There's a few more people starting to pop up, which is what New South Wales breeding wants, full stop, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. We need a few more stallions in the state. So yeah, and a lot more nurseries.
One other thing I will give you a rap for, and I'm sure you'll probably give those guys a rap. You actually sponsored the barn at Wagga Harness Racing Club. One, the signs look sensational, but just a great club to be a part of. But also with this bloke, once standing at Euroby, at least he's back there in people's minds.
Yeah, absolutely. Greg Gangle does a great job, and he's very, very good at what he does. And that's probably why I went there and sponsored there. Just a great moving club.
All right, mate. I'll let you go. Hopefully, we're still in the shot. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're still in the shot, and I can see the music still, the audio levels still going. Anyone wants to get in touch with you guys? Best way to do it?
My phone's probably the best. 0429 81 7199.
Hopefully he doesn't kick, otherwise it's all over, so I might as well drop my guard and not worry one bit. Darren, thank you very much. And Em's not as nervous now. She should have probably done this job. She would have been right the second time round.
Absolutely, she should have, for sure.
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Right, we are back, and fair to say it was timing for the Kiwis. They came in very, very strongly there. I'll get to Corey O'Donoghue's in a second. It's great to hear some good news from Corey too, which is really, really good. Michael House, Rock and Roll Do, of course, going round this weekend on Labor Day. He will be racing there, just having a hit out. I don't think the confidence level is all that high. I don't think it's the race is actually that suitable for him. But that, of course, is at Ashburton this weekend. Rock and Roll Do, product of New Zealand, sold for $14,000. Unbelievable how good our NZB. It's actually quite funny when you watch things, and I'm definitely not picking on you, Mick. But technically he's an NZ horse, but of course he was sold through NZB standardbreds for $14,000, which is just terrific, terrific return for the investors. But then, because I put the interview on with Tiger Tara and didn't think too much for it, Michael House, he didn't miss an opportunity. Another NZ horse, Tiger Tara. Australian breeders should send their mares over here. I think all three of Darren's horses Follow the Stars. No, Follow the Stars, an Australian bred race in New Zealand. And then the other horse, whose name escapes me at the minute, he was a Kiwi horse and beautifully bred to as well. I got to. His name just left me. Unfortunately, can't listen to the interviews. Anyway, someone may be able to help me out there, or they may not. But then Timmy White, have a look at this one with the NZB. Poor old Myo and Nutrient are getting a hiding tonight, but that's okay. That's how I roll. They have a 3/4 brother to Tiger Tara in the sales, of course, the 19th of February through to the 22nd, the NZB sale, yearling sale next year. So that'll be something really good to look forward to. Just quickly going through. No other Pam Hocking. Hello to you, Pam. Melita Carmichael's on there. Bev Munro, Lorraine Mensa. Got quite a few people actually on there and watching into the show. So I really appreciate that. As I said, it will be a shorter show tonight. Last week I went nearly 2 hours. I don't know if we need to go that long all the time and get along there. I've got this Michael House. He's a very, very witty man. How are the lambs silent? I'm in cattle country, Michael. There is no sheep where I am. I can promise you some beautiful cattle. But, no sheep there at all in where we are. Where are we going? Right, back here to Corey. Corey O'Donoghue. Got all the horses to higher ground. Yep, it's just there. And safer grounds. Thanks to some great help and great people. And well done, Corey. Congratulations to everyone that helped them there. The stables still look like an aquarium, but got all out pretty good. So that's great to hear because they do back down onto the river. I did get a text message from a person today just asking if I would be able to do something, especially around you guys. And there's a lot of other smaller people that would be affected as well into the floods going along. And as I said, some people like going about it quietly, others don't. And as I said, Stacey Towers reached out to people there earlier if anyone needs a hand, because we've got to realise a lot of people are older who get there and they need a hand to be able to make sure that they can get their messaging out there. Dan Emery, good work, Paul, keep it up, thank you. There's not a worry at all. Kelly Stewart Mitchell. Cal, I don't have the Safety Solutions tile on here, but make sure you buy all your apparel for your branding through Darren Aiken. But Kelly Stewart Mitchell, 2 winners in the week. Congratulations. Had one at Maryborough last Sunday and then one again today. Six Nations won today. I can't get the fields up. I can, but I won't for the short term. But congratulations. Keep up the good work, Cal. And before Michael House turns around and tells me, another good Kiwi. So there we go. How far in miles or kilometres did it flood? Places, Michael, some places like Kyneton, the Kyneton racetrack, if you go on to racing.com, there was an interview done today with Mel Sell in relation to that. You wouldn't be miles or kilometres, it's just the actual weight of water that came down. It was about 100 mil of rain in the space of about 12 hours. So it came through pretty strongly there and hit that. I'm from Bendigo, and Bendigo has a large water catchment there, Epiloc. And it was nearing capacity or actually exceeding capacity. So they actually had the spillway already opened up and we're getting rid of a lot of the water. But then, unfortunately, they couldn't get rid of enough water before the floods came. So it flooded. Most of Bendigo that flooded was backups of that and low-lying. But, of course, Bendigo as well is on the side of a hill. And most of the water got away within 12 hours of most of the roads were opened up in the area. The problem was, though, that the second spillway couldn't hold it either. And it's taken out one of the bigger bridges. It's actually not a big bridge, it's a little bridge, but one of the more important bridges in Bendigo, and that is the Axdale Bridge is out of action, so makes for a lot longer trip. Anyone coming from Kilmore to Bendigo would have been an hour trip, is now, will be only an hour and a half to 2 hours. So people like Charlton who have just come on there, Andrea O'Gorman, and then they might be able to tell me exactly how far in miles and kilometres. But the difference for those people, Michael, is it is so flat out there, so it is just slow moving. The water is so slow going along there, and it just takes forever. Nellie Melbers, she's watching on the YouTube feed, and she says she really feels for those people in the floods, and that is the problem. El Morrow just told me then that the Axdale Bridge is back open, so they've done an amazing job. What I might do and Melita Carmichael also both telling me it's back fixed, which is huge. What I'm actually going to do, just so some of the guys can see, I've just got to work out how I actually got the photo, and then I will try and get it back up. But bear with me for 1 minute. I know who sent me it. Don't you worry, Timmy White. We won't be showing your videos, that's for sure. Just got to try and find Troy Harley. He sent me the picture of, well, this is actually of the spillway. So please just bear with me. I can definitely get this to work. I just got to do a couple of things here. So this is the second spillway, which effectively was a road. I'm just trying to move this so as I can control it a bit better. But yeah, this actually was a road. That's the bottom of it there. And there you can see the people up on the top of that there. So that actually was a road, and it's just totally gone now. Every part of that is actually left. I was actually moving my mouse. Unfortunately, you can't see it. I'm just that won't even work there. But yeah, so that is the second spillway, and that's completely gone there. And I'll show you the bridge. And this is terrific work what they've been able to do, these guys, with the bridge to get it back up and going, because it was a lot of work. And just trying to find it there. And by rights, if I just click on that there's the Axdale Bridge, and you can see the road completely wiped out. So that was Thursday, Friday of last week. So within a week, they've been able to fix that and rectify it. And you can see there, that's no small job by any stretch. So that's a little bit of the damage that happened around Bendigo, and that's most of what happened with Bendigo. And we're very fortunate there, because the way that the water runs, if you like, and the way that it moves, it leaves Bendigo very, very quickly. But unfortunately, the people in Shepparton and surroundings, it's a little bit flatter out there. Shepparton has a much bigger catchment than what we do as well. So that part makes it a little bit interesting to go along there. And sorry, guys, that is actually... Cambray knows I'm live, so what I might do, Cam, I might ring you on the other phone if you just give me a minute, mate, to get a couple of other things here, because I suspect that Cam wants to talk about something there. Mother Nature, let's get the rest of that up, is harsh. Hope all come out okay. Tim White is a man to show them how to sort mud where he lives. 50 mils in a day, exactly. And that was one of the things that I spoke to a couple of people about. It might have actually, it was Martin Pearson from New Zealand. 50 mil in certain parts of New Zealand happens in a day, and his comment was that you don't even put a jacket on. For us, it's a little bit different in that sense there. So as far as we're not designed for it in Bendigo. The people in Charlton and the crew there, they have it very, very slow moving, and it just takes a long time. They had a meeting today. Charlton had a meeting today at Maryborough. Of course, the meeting was transferred. There's a meeting at Bendigo tomorrow night, one from Shepparton that has been transferred as well. So a lot of these other places have to be able to move them and go from there. So now that's a waiting game for the people down in Echuca, and then of course the people in Swan Hill and the likes going forward as well from there. I'm just trying to see if this man wanted me to ring him, or he wasn't sure. So it's just a little bit trickier, this setup that I have. I'm sorry, but at least I'm able to still do it. I'll just see if Cam wanted to come in or not, and go from there. So rightio. Okay, so now everyone's onto this. I'll just turn that off for a sec, and I believe... rightio. Okay, thank you very much. Once this comes up, if it comes up, it's just taking... I just got to make sure I can get it back to where I wanted it. Right, so we will go from there. So there it is there now. So that's fixed. Yeah, and it says there it's only temporary, but at least people can get through. Obviously, there's a fair bit of road sealing and that to be done, but Yeah, very, very important, including people from the Midland Highway through to Maiden Gully, to Elmore as well. Okay, just got a funny message from the draft. That's okay. I've got messages coming out everywhere here at the minute, but that's all right. But yeah, Mother Nature is very, very harsh, and can be very harsh as well. So the people in Charlton, of course, this is what you have to put up with from time to time. I'm doing the show live. I reckon my friend Cambrai didn't realise we had done it. Kate Jones is on there. Kate just sent me a message. Hello to you, Kate. I won't be long. I'm coming. I've got to come back and do something there as well. Cambrai doesn't need to talk to me. It was just because I haven't rang him and he's missed me. So, yeah, of course, which is good to see. Emyo is on another phone call, so I don't think I'm going to get M going on there. So we'll just see how we go. I've been able to turn that off. One thing I did want to highlight, here's one for you, Michael House, and a few of the other guys in the harness, in the harness there, especially in New Zealand. Horse on screen, Typhoon Sammy won his third cup for the year, third of three selected cups in the 1 year. So not only did he win the $50,000 Bendigo Greyhound Cup just the other night, and we were able to live stream it, it was just terrific to do. $50,000 bonus. So they actually picked up $100,000 the other night for Typhoon Sammy after taking out his third cup for the year. Just amazing money. And I will say also, there's actually a picture there. You can see Merv Hughes in the background there over to the, I don't know what side that is. I'll go left, but anyway, we'll work it out. They had Merv Hughes there. I've been at another one where Dipper was. These guys come out. Anyone thinks it's gimmicky and silly? Don't. They were sensational. I know Merv Hughes was there. I left it I was a bit after 11. He was still there well after the last. So they are great for getting people to come and enjoy it and go from there. Michael House, you're a troublemaker. I'm not putting that one on. And go from there. Cat Creek is watching. What a great name with all these floods. But hello to you, Cat. Was once one of my neighbours, actually had one of Cat's horses. One of the great nights out in racing. It was the gentlemen in New Zealand are very dangerous. It's a lot later in New Zealand. It's only 5:30 here. In New Zealand, it is a lot later. Dual code meeting. Halloween dual code meeting is on October 25 at Bendigo. Huge meeting, great meeting to be a part of for the kids. Everything is free. Free kids get in. Kids get fed for nothing. It's face painting, the whole lot. Thousands of people will be there. It hasn't been on for the last 2 years. I've been a part of it. It is a lot of fun, and it is a great spectacle to go to, and it is a really, really cool place to be. Faye Phillips is watching. Faye, I already said happy birthday to Michelle. My mum reckons that she always feels older when I have a birthday because I'm the oldest, so it actually happens there. Clint McSwain, he was affected by the floods. He is back onto a creek as well, so hopefully Clint and all his horses have been all good and well. So that's sort of a wrap for the show tonight. I made sure I've got across everything else like that. Redwood Rattler, if you are keen with the Redwood, which is next Sunday week, go from there. The Kiwis. I ain't showing half these comments anymore because I tell you what, they're getting out of control. The Redwood Rattler, make sure you got to go to the trots.com.au to book for the Redwood Rattler, but I know they're still looking for tickets to go to Redwood. All trotting day, huge day, great day. Going to be a lot of New Zealand content there as well. The New Zealand Harasta Trotters Derby will be there and a lot of fun. And then, of course, I'm on a big bird after that to go to New Zealand. We'll be doing the show at least once. Twice over there in New Zealand. Janice Boyle is watching. So, hello, you, Janice. Hopefully you guys are safe there in Charlton as well. So, going there. Thankfully, I finally got a sensible comment on there. Clinton McSwain, all good here. Lucky we live on the right side of the road. The other side of the road may have been very, very different, and that is a little bit of it. But yeah, thankfully for people in Bendigo and surrounds where I come from, it's different. As I said, Janice Boyle, the people in Charlton and downstream of there, I really do feel for those guys because it is slow moving. It does take a while for that to go down there, and even the people in Swanhill waiting for the water to come from Echuca and that too. And Kerrang, and there's lots of other places along the way too. I really do feel for those guys as well, because it is a very, very trying, and hopefully everyone is safe and all going well. We'll have one more little thing. She hasn't come on tonight, but it's random, the things that do happen to me as you go along. Rightio. Got it here, so it's safe. And that, Jackie Gibson. So Jackie Gibson sent me this beautiful rose the other day, highlighting the farm, and the message was taking time to smell the roses this morning, and that was at her place, going from there. I've since had, I think, 6, 7, 8 people sending me rose photos. Here at Chinchilla, they got the roses out. So I reckon next week we might make it the rose show. We'll put the Kiwis on notice as well. Oh, no, I'll be in New Zealand. We might keep the rose show up our sleeve. We won't do it next week, but we'll keep it up our sleeve because I will be in New Zealand. So we'll see what happens. We might be able to do it from there. We'll just see where we set up. There might be no worries. We might be able to find the roses there and do it that way. But anyway, it's something to cheer people up, because it is floods and it is no good at all. Joel Morrissey is watching. Hello to you, Joel, and quite a few other people. Thank you. Pretty sure my friends at Woodlands, they haven't got any exposure at all, but they're there with the whales. Campbell's comments live from Karaka. Are we going to do it live? So we might be live on Monday night. Okay. We can work something out. That is actually Talking Trotters night, so we could be doing it from... I'll tell you what, we will. We'll be live Monday week. I've got one more show up our sleeve. Actually, that's right. I'm not in New Zealand next week, so that's okay. Michael House is not into a garden comp. That's okay. Right, let's rephrase everything here. Right, next week, send in your pictures of your roses, because I'm home next week. It's the week after. But yeah, we will be definitely doing one live from Karaka a bit later in the afternoon. So that'll be Monday night. That'll be Talking Trotters. It'll be live from Karaka, where we will have a recap of the whole meeting, plus Talk Trotters and the results for the week, including the Redwood. Actually, that's what I am going to do. So, yep, there might be a total change of Campbell's comments, because the Redwood wrap-up might be on the Sunday. Then I'll get over to Karaka. We'll do a wrap-up over there with the Trotters of what is a beautiful meeting, and go from there. I'm looking forward to it. They tell me it's just stunning just to drive into there. Michael House, Timmy White, you guys will agree. I've got to apparently spend 5 hours in the car with Cam Bray getting there, so that part won't be as appealing. But anyway, the rest will be all good. Rightio, guys. Thank you for everyone that's joined. Thank you for everyone that's got involved. This show is random. That's what I want it to be. I would have loved to have done it from Chinchilla without the rain. Oh, Kaikoura, not Karaka. Sorry, Cameron. Anyway, it'll be right. We'll get there. I'll get to the right place. They tell me there's more places over there with K's that I'm going to have troubles with, but that's okay. We'll definitely get there. Thank you for everyone that's joined. Thank you to all my New Zealand friends, because it is a little bit later there. Timmy, I hope you are wrapped up in bed, as Cameron said, and enjoying a nice cup of hot, warm cocoa. Cambray, Michael House, look forward to catching you guys in about 2 weeks' time. I will have Emyo. I'll either have a meeting with an interview with Emyo in the next day or two, or Em will be on live next week as well, and we'll go from there. Plenty of people watching. Thank you very much to everyone for getting involved. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned. Keep an eye on the Chinchilla Campdraft site for plenty of interviews with the camp drafters. Amazing what these guys do here. It's just amazing. Pour and rain, they don't care. They just keep going. But, yep, absolutely terrific. And thank you for joining me. See you all next Wednesday if you don't see me before.